Yep, 0-0 at full time. Then, unfortunately, not the result that we wanted, not the 3 points. But Adrian Clarke still alongside me. A little bit disappointed that we couldn't manage to nick it, because we had a fair few chances. But then on the flip side, United had chances of their own.
A point will do. Yeah, I think it was probably fair on the balance of play throughout the 90 minutes. United shaded the first half. We shaded the second half, but United had some good chances. Cavani missed 2 sitters, really, didn't he? We talked about him ahead of the game, and he had the chances with those trademark runs into the box and missed them. As for us, obviously, it's a tale of missed opportunities. Lacazzette's unlucky, isn't he, with the free kick off the bar. Smith Rowe and Willian had decent opportunities as well. So look, I'm not going to grumble about that point. We played well in the second half, but maybe not well enough to take Manchester United's long unbeaten record away from home.
Yeah, and also, if you'd have said to us, when we were going through that tough period, albeit we'd already beaten United before that happened, we've taken 4 points off of United this season, which, can't be sniffed at.
No, 2 clean sheets against Manchester United, a team, with Bruno Fernandes, one of the players of the season. He did nothing today. He was absolutely so quiet. Marcus Rashford, the same. We nullified Manchester United. I mean, Arsenal's defensive record has flown under the radar. City are the best side without the ball in the Premier League. They're defensively number 1, but statistically Arsenal are number 2. And when you think about, how poor Arsenal were at the start of this season, that's quite remarkable. Mikel Arteta has certainly solidified the Gunners, and we're no longer a team that opponents can really feel confident of tearing apart. It very rarely happens now. We've just got to be more clinical inside the final third, and that will come. I do believe that. But today, I think we played okay, but it was a tale of sort of missing Tierney, missing Saka, missing Aubameyang. Had those missing Martinelli in the second half. Had those chances fallen to those guys, maybe we could have stolen this win.
Yeah, could have been a little bit different. And you mentioned defensively we were good. David Luiz just being interviewed now on the TV coverage over here, because I believe he got man of the match as well. So, we're solid at the back, which we can't complain about. Right, let's have a look at the first thing that we've learnt from tonight's performance then. And it is this. Pepe's renewed confidence gives us a fresh dynamic going forward. Lots of you were tweeting about Pepe, of course, on social media. We can see here a stack of bacon pancakes. Says, as Pepe gets more of a consistent run of games, his quality will show. We got one from Tekina7, who says, looks like Pepe has found joy in his game, playing well so far. And Faz says, positive signs for Arsenal is how much influence Pepe is having in transition. I mean, you've spoke about Nicolas Pepe on this show quite a few times, Clarke, saying that he does offer us something different. And I think we saw that today.
Yeah, look, I understand the frustrations with Nicolas Pepe, record signing, etc. And you want more goals, you want more assists. But he has got a little bit of magic in him. He's got a bit of devilment. He's difficult to defend against. And sooner or later, those left foot curlers into the far corner are going to start nestling into the back of the net. I mean, he came close again with a couple today. Yes, it is frustrating that he missed those chances. But he had 4 shots today. He made 3 chances. I see a player in there that's developing. I think he just might continue to be someone that frustrates us, but providing he's delivering the end product, that won't matter in time. And the end product, I feel, is coming. It's not too far away. Done it in cup competitions. He's beginning to look like he's going to do it in Premier League games. Obviously, he scored in the last match as well. So yeah, no, for me, he probably was our best forward player today, and it was a good duel actually, him against Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw tested him going the other way. Luke Shaw had some good moments going forwards. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that battle between Pepe and Luke Shaw. And look, with injuries kind of mounting up, unfortunately, I think he's going to get a bit more game time over the weeks ahead.
Yeah, and he could play himself into the first choice 11 with that little bit of game time, as you mentioned. Right, let's have a look at the second thing then that we've learned from tonight's performance then, and it's this: the Holding Luiz partnership continues to provide solidarity at the back. I mentioned David Luiz, of course, getting man of the match. We've got one here from Arsenal. Leno says Holding, but especially Luiz, have been really solid. Don't think Luiz has lost a jewel almost. Yeah, speaking of jewels, we're going to get into that in a bit. Tweets here saying Arsenal defending very solid, the interceptions and positioning. You were loving that. So, yeah, at the back, you've already touched on it, Clarke, but, you know, it's always a good thing, because we mentioned this in the pre-match show, actually, because David Hillier, of course, on co-coms, he played in a team where it was classic 1-0 to the Arsenal. You go one goal up and you don't concede. And, you know, that's a foundation you can build a real solid run on, can't you?
The best teams always have solid defences. It's you know, it's fact over the history of time. So look, and Arteta's mission when he came in was sort Arsenal out without the ball, make them more solid, and without really having spent a lot of money. Obviously, Gabriel has come in, Pablo Mari, but he's barely played. You know, he's made a difference. His coaching has made a difference to Arsenal. I think that's undeniable, really. I think Mikel Arteta's influence on the training ground is there for all to see. We are more organised. We make less mistakes. We gift less to the opposition. Today, I thought Holding and David Luiz were pretty impeccable, really. Holding made 10 clearances, which is a sign of his great positioning and obviously aerial dominance. David Luiz always seemed to be in the right place at the right time. And he also, at the other end of the pitch, he had some chances as well. Had some opportunities to score, David Luiz. Obviously, his free kicks, you know, sooner or later, one of them will fly in, I guess. But it doesn't feel like that's imminent. But now I think, look, they're the guys in possession of the shirt. Gabriel's going to have to wait when he's fit. Pablo Mari will have to wait. And look, I think, rewind the clock 2 or 3 months ago, I think a lot of us were saying that Gabriel and Mari would be the first choice partnership. So competition is hotting up there, and that's a great thing. It really is for the team moving forwards. And look, the challenge I would set to the players now, you know, the results, obviously that's the main thing. We need to finish as high as we possibly can. I would challenge this team now to retain this record as being at least the second best defensive side in the country. And if we are, come the end of the season after 38 games, I think we'll be in the top 6, and we won't be far from the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's so compacted in the table at the moment. You know, a couple of wins and you're back in the top 4. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Right, let's have a look at the third and final thing that we learned from tonight's performance then. And it is this. We're a better team when we take the fight to the opposition. This is something that you noted, actually, Clarke. You know, if the fact we spoke about it again in the pre-match show, how against United at Old Trafford, we were at their necks, weren't we? And we didn't see that necessarily in the first half of this game.
No, we were too deep. We let Manchester United push us back in the first half. And for that reason, the only real attacks we had was sort of little breakaways, weren't they? And we weren't entirely convincing. What we saw in the second half, we took the fight to Manchester United. We squeezed up the pitch and said, boom, we're going to win it higher up. We're going to defend better inside the opposition half. And I mean, the first 15 minutes of the second half, Manchester United didn't get out of their own half. It was all Arsenal. And we just pegged them back, and that's when all the big chances came, and we just needed a little bit of luck. Obviously, the Lacazette is just an inch lower, and that's in, isn't it? Less than an inch, and it kisses the crossbar and goes in. It's frustrating, but I liked what I saw from Arsenal attitude-wise in the first part of the second half. We couldn't maintain it. United came back into it, but yeah, I want us as a team. I want the blueprint for us moving forwards. And I'm sure that Mikel Arteta wants this even more than I do and the fans do. I want us to be a team that get in the face of the opposition and we play in their half. Yes, we can hurt teams on the break, but I just think we're better when we play like we did at the start of the second half. So yeah, that's what we're looking for week in, week out, I think.
All right. Well, before we wrap things up, we have to do the question of stats result. And today, the stat that we were looking for was total duels won by Arsenal. Now, what was the number that you said, Clarke? You said 40?
46.
Right, 46. Yeah, 46. I said 40, and Dan Roebuck said 37, I believe. So the winning number was 44, which means you have managed to squeak yourself another point. It's getting silly at this stage, I tell you. You're on 25 now, I think.
Look, I'm disappointed. It's not 3.
Me and Dan Roebuck have got 6 each, I think. So.
Yeah, look, it's frustrating not to get 3 points, but look, it's been a decent run out, and I'll take the point. Cheers.
Unbelievable. It sounds like you're doing a post-match interview now. You just flipped back into footballer mode, just trotting out the lines. Well, me and Dan basically desperately one of us needs to win in the next game, which is on Tuesday against Wolves, because this is getting...
Look, Arsenal had a barren run back in the autumn. Look, your time will come. I'm sure of it. All right. Look at Arsenal now. Look at Arsenal now. You'll be flying later in the season, I'm sure.
Fingers crossed. It hurts even more that you're saying it, actually. I feel like you're just rubbing salt into the wound. I can see the massive grin on your face. Right, that's enough for you. Thank you very much, Clarke. We'll see you for the next one, and hopefully we'll see you for the next one. As I said, Wolves is our next game. We travel to Molineux on Tuesday. Make sure you join us. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff, so join us on arsenal.com and the app at around 5:30, and we'll see you for then.